Hey everybody, welcome to the Minish Recap. This is our little show on the ZBN TV YouTube channel where we recap small pieces of news, go under 10 minutes. We're just going to do a little recap, do a little analysis, and that's going to be it. So it's a really easy, digestible format for you all to listen to. I'm Spiegelwee, your host. Also with me, as always, is the ever something Hextuple.
What a title.
I was really trying to think of something. I was looking around the room again like I do, but there were no adjectives.
You usually don't have adjectives hanging around in your house.
It depends on the kind of house you live in. Like, we've got a lot of books on the wall. Okay, the ever-wuthering Hextuple.
I don't even know what that means, quite frankly.
I don't either, but Wuthering Heights is right in my line of sight. Okay, so now that we've got this introduction out of the way, we're just going to do like less than 10 minutes every time there's a big piece of news. So tune in if you're interested in just like hearing some nice analysis. It's not always going to be me and Hex. Could be some other people. I'll probably always be on just because it's kind of my thing. But either way, we're gonna try to do this a lot. So just stay tuned and look out for more of these in the future. So today we're gonna do a little bit of boring numbers. NPD said that Wii U closed 2014 with the biggest month of sales in its history. That was December. This article that I'm reading says the hardware and software sales increased by more than 29% and more than 75% in the month of December, respectively, over sales in 2013. So sales were up 29% overall and then more than 75% over 2013. So that's pretty huge news, actually, because people were declaring Wii U dead in the water, and it didn't have like a super strong holiday season, but it was solid.
Yeah, I would say so. To kind of put that in perspective, like, do you have like actual quantifiable numbers from last year and this year?
I don't, but I do have the numbers from this year if I can find them really quick. Wii U did something like 569,000, I think, in the United States just in the month of December. I'm talking about
500,000 in a month.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, of course, PS4, if you're talking about its competitors, its quote-unquote competitors, PS4 has done more than 1 million a month average since its launch. But for a system like the Wii U, which at this point is appealing to a fairly niche market, I think it's impressive. And then looking down, we have also the 3DS. It was its strongest month ever for first-party software, which I don't think is surprising because third-party developers are kind of getting away from handheld gaming in general, aside from mobile games.
Right.
Of course, it was mostly Smash for 3DS and Pokemon. Smash in the United States alone has already sold 2 million units, and Pokemon has already done 2.6 million units for the 3DS. So very impressive numbers there, and of course good for big Nintendo holiday blockbuster titles like that.
Right, and it's a good thing that they decided to do the whole Smash on 2 systems thing because
it worked out.
The Wii U wasn't going to be able to leverage those kind of numbers on its own, so good going.
Although I will talk about some Wii U games that sold very well this year. Of course, Mario Kart 8 and Smash were leading the pack. In the United States alone, Mario Kart 8 did 1.7 million units, which I don't have the attach rate like with me, but I do know that worldwide it's done like 4 million, and there's only 9 million Wii U's out there. So that attach rate is unbelievable. Hex, do you want to explain exactly what attach rate is for those people who are listening who don't really know?
Sure. I mean, essentially, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like basically if you sell any unit of hardware, the attach rate is how many games are sold alongside that hardware. So if you buy a Wii U, if you buy a game with it, then that's an attach rate of 1 to that single unit, essentially.
Yeah, that's about right. And then, of course, Smash for Wii U did 1.3 million physical and digital units, which is pretty impressive. I mean, everyone knew Smash was going to be awesome, but it did almost as well as Mario Kart did in the United States. And Smash has never been a franchise that has been super, like, it's always sold well, but it's never reached that Mario Kart level, but it's almost there. Like, and it did, like, I think it did 2.6 worldwide. I'm looking at this, 2.75 worldwide. So it's about 1 million less than Mario Kart, which I think is really impressive for that franchise, and it's a really good thing too.
Yeah, I mean, Super Smash Bros. Is kind of one of those games that was going to drive a lot of, hopefully, hardware sales, and among the games that perhaps reach across the aisle, so to speak, and actually appeal to people on the other side, like PlayStation fans and Xbox fans, Super Smash Bros. Is definitely one of those games. And I can't say that for maybe even Mario Kart and things like that. Mario Kart kind of has its audience among the Nintendo fans, but Smash Brothers is just a huge game for the gaming industry as a whole.
It's always an event when it comes out, right? Like,
exactly. It's an event. It's an event before the game comes out. It's like
we saw.
There's a parade for it.
It dominated E3. It overshadowed everything. Like, it wasn't even close. And then, of course, Nintendo hit us with that Splatoon announcement, which just threw everything over the top. But we don't need to talk about Splatoon. We've already hyped that enough in our podcast.
Yeah.
One other thing that I wanted to bring up was the sales of Amiibo in 2014, and that was something that was a big question for me. And they finally revealed the numbers, and they said nearly twice the sales of Smash for Wii U, which in the United States, which means basically 2.5 million Amiibos sold in the United States in like a month and some change.
Good gracious, it's becoming a real collector's item. I mean, this thing is taking off. Like, I saw an article. Is this the next Beanie Babies kind of thing? Like, it's huge. I mean, I don't know if it's that level, but it's definitely like there's a lot of hype surrounding all of these mistake amiibos, like these misprints or whatever.
The Peach with 3 arms, or the Marth with 2 heads, or whatever.
Backwards feet. Samus with 2 guns. Marth with 2 swords. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much these are selling for on eBay.
And then, of course, there's the people who are making the custom amiibos. Like, there's a custom Waluigi.
Oh, yeah.
There's that Yoshi one that looks like it's from Woolly World, which is really cool.
I haven't seen that one. I did see somebody gender bend Diddy Kong into Dixie Kong, essentially.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they can get weird.
Couple more software things. This one is interesting. In 2014, the top 15 best-selling handheld games were all released on the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. Now, of course, I don't think that includes mobile. I don't think that could be even possible, because the top 15. I mean, there's got to be comparing it to like Vita, which of course the Wii U sounds better than Vita at this point. So
it's not a comparison that's really useful to make these days.
I feel bad for like people who bought the Vita, not because like they bought the Vita or like the Vita sucks, because like there's definitely some games on there that are worth playing, but like I just feel bad like nobody latched onto the system, and I don't really know why.
I can't really quantify why either. I mean,
I'm not going to say that like handheld gaming stole potential Vita gamers away, because they kind of appeal to a different audience. Like, I don't feel like Sony is competing with mobile gaming nearly as much as Nintendo is.
I think the demographic for people who are playing Sony consoles is just not the demographic that's interested in doing handheld gaming. Like, there's a lot of kids who are playing Nintendo games, and kids are typically the ones buying handhelds, right?
Right.
Or at least their parents are the ones buying it, but they're the ones playing it. So I just think Sony just doesn't have the audience, or their market just isn't applicable to that kind of model. And I think that's what the issue is.
The PSP sold really well, but I think it's because it had more accessible games on there for kids. Like, you'd see kids with PSPs. I've never seen a kid with a Vita. Never. So, I don't know. It must just be, it has to be like software related. It's definitely marketing related, because they haven't marketed it since Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Man, that was like 2 years ago, at least.
Yeah. So, anyway, we have to wrap this up because we're getting near the 10-minute mark, but one thing I'm interested to see in 2015 sales-wise, I'm interested to see how the new 3DS sells. And based on how fast the Monster Hunter 4 and the Majora's Mask 3DS, sold, seems like the hype is real. So,
yeah, definitely.
Is there any particular sales thing you want to see in 2015? Anything you're particularly interested in seeing?
More Wii U's. I want to see that curve continue to increase in steepness. So
of course, Wii U's got a lot of games: Splatoon, Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby, Mario Party 10, Zelda, Star Fox, Mario Maker. Lots of games next year for Wii U. It should be a good year for Nintendo fans, even if it's not a great year sales-wise. But as gamers, we should all be very happy.
Definitely.
So thank you for listening to the Minish recap. This is Spiegel and Hex signing off just under 10 minutes. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See ya.